Together, we can do this. Watch out, I bite. Showing hope. You can't break them. Get down. I offer this victory to a dying world.
Light, that was it! The last creature of its line. In the end, you did just what those diviners said you would.
Odin, show me your strength!
Guess I should tell them. I don't know if even they believe they've cast a spell on me. But I've put on a show for them this long. Might as well keep it up till it's over.
I'll buy whatever you're willing to sell. What do you got? Here's your cut. Go on, take it. Oh, I almost forgot. The boss wants you to have this. You deserve it.
So, we meet again, Savior.
Not by choice.
Oh, excuse me. I had no idea. You are so subtle. Just one hint, though. Go see that Chocoboco chick. She asked you to save Saz, didn't she? It's no wonder. She can't help worrying about him.
So, how do they know each other?
Oh, and here I just assumed you knew. Well, I guess you'll understand when you get all the soul fragments. Didn't she tell you that she'd run straight to Saz's place when that happens?
I will not run nor hide. Fight will be honest. May the winds of peace come.
anything catches... Come back anytime.
We can scatter them easily.
You escaped from harm, but in the outside world, a whole hour has passed already.
Sacred Tree of Light. Yggdrasil.
Nice work, Light. What exactly was that white chocobo story? Light, you said you knew him? Did you call him Odin?
It was Yule who told me. I knew there was something about that chocobo from the moment I first met him. Turns out Odin was reincarnated as the Angel of Valhalla just to help me again.
Reincarnation? I wonder, can creatures with souls choose to be reborn? Can they choose when and where? Or is it all up to fate?
Odin finding me was no coincidence, and I believe Sarah will be reborn and that we'll meet again when she is. Even if I can't see her now or talk to her, I know she wants to see me again. She has to. Wish I had my bow. Shine hope on the future.
Another disaster! Those woolly-headed ovine have done it again! What goes on in those tiny heads of theirs? Why do they do this?
Sounds like you have more sheep trouble.
I'd say I do! The fuzzy sheep have effected a mass escape! Every single one of them gone!
Doctor, you must calm down.
What? Oh, sorry. You could hear me from over there?
They could hear you back in Luxarian, I'd say.
Oh, it's just I'm so upset. This young lady is Millie, a good friend of mine. Now, Millie, did you need something?
Nothing. It's just that, well, I think I know why the sheep ran away.
You do? Pray tell.
Last night, I heard some kind of ruckus around the pens. I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm thinking it must have put the sheep into a panic. Maybe it was some kind of monster, and it tried to get at the sheep.
I see. So the sheep were terrorized by the occurrences of the night. Something reminded them of it, and they bolted en masse. Well, that certainly would explain their behavior. But I'm no closer to getting them back. It is near impossible to herd a whole flock of panicked sheep. The only thing that could drive them back is something bigger and scarier than what they saw in the night. Something like a chocobo.
Right. I thought this would come to me. You want me to round up your flock. Not that it would be a bad idea. My chocobo needs to stretch his legs.
Words are not enough to express the depth of my gratitude, but thank you.
Don't lose him again.
Indeed, that mystery remains unsolved. Why did they flee in the first place? Millie suggested that a monster put a scare into them. She's nowhere to be seen. That's not like her.
Things to do, maybe?
Yes, perhaps, but I'm a bit worried. She seems a little troubled in recent days.
If I see her, I'll talk to her.
I'd be grateful if you did. Ah, I almost forgot the most important thing of all. I must present you with your just reward. Perhaps this means nothing, but do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? I do.
Morning! A good shepherd always starts his day bright and early.
Have you met a woman named We Are Rivals who inspire each other to ever greater discoveries? Anyway, there is something very important I wish to discuss with her. If you meet her, will you tell her so? Perhaps this means nothing, but do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? I do.
It's another fine morning, and it's high time I got to work.
I think I'm going to cut the grass today. That was a good breakfast.
It may seem it's one of the greatest I claimed somewhere out. One woman as Cornelia. The night is... Perhaps this means...
What was I thinking? I'm a fool. What are you talking about?
Well, all right, I'll confess. It was me who did it. I was the one who made all the sheep run away like that. There was no monster. There never was. In the dead of night, I saddled up a chocobo and rode around the pens, whooping and shouting.
And that's what panicked the sheep? But why would you do that?
Well, it's complicated. You see, I really wanted to give Dr. Sheep a reason to talk to you.
So that's what this has been all about. Wouldn't it have been easier to just introduce us, like normal people do?
He's been excited ever since he heard about your arrival in the Wildlands. But he's terribly shy, the doctor. He'd never be able to just approach a stranger, no matter how much I prodded him. Not in normal circumstances, it just wasn't going to happen, so I came up with a plan. I had to make him desperate enough that he'd totally need your help. Then he'd have to talk to you.
So you chased away all the sheep. That threw the doctor into a total panic. You figured that in his desperation, he'd forget his shyness and talk to me.
It does sound crazy looking back on it, but it worked. Except that since then, the sheep have been incredibly nervous and high-strung. Any little thing is enough to set them off stampeding out of their pens and into the wilderness.
Cannot be good for them.
I know, I feel terrible about the whole thing. All I wanted to do was help the doctor, but instead I've made him worried sick. Not to mention, years of research almost went down the toilet.
If you're really sorry, you should tell the doctor what you did.
No, I couldn't. What if he ended up hating me?
If you don't, he's gonna keep worrying about what scared his sheep in the first place. Are you okay with that? You care for each other, don't you? Then tell him the truth.
Care for each other? What do you mean? That is to say, yes, we do, but...
You said it yourself. He's a very shy man, but he talks to you easily enough. Seems to me he thinks of you as something more than just a colleague. Just talk to him. He'll understand.
All right, I will. Thank you so much. You've been so kind to me, despite all the trouble I caused you.
We still call ourselves a research team, but it doesn't mean much now. By the way, do you mind if I ask you a favor?
What exactly do you want?
I'm sorry to do this to you again, but I need more herbal ingredients. But this time, it's not for a dog.
Someone in the camp is sick?
They're not for me. Dr. Sheep over in Arias has been looking for certain ingredients for years. And I want to help him, if I can.
You know each other?
Not exactly, but I thought it would be a good way to introduce myself.
I get the picture. You've admired him from afar, and you think this will get him to notice you. Go on. Tell me I'm wrong.
No. I mean, you make it sound so underhanded.
If you say so. Short story is, you want to give the doctor a surprise present. Might be fun. I'll help.
You will? Thanks. It's just not something I could do on my own. Here, this is what I'm looking for. Frankly, everyone's forgotten what we were supposed to research. Thanks. This'll be the perfect way to introduce myself. I've dragged other people into helping me with this, so I can't back out of it now. I am going to visit Dr. Sheep right away.
For planting. I can grow vegetables here too. The ground looks right for planting. I can grow vegetables here too. The ground looks...
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm here to help you. Here, I've brought you these.
Are these what I think they are? Yes! All the natural ingredients I've been searching for! This will advance my research immeasurably. I am in your debt, young lady, whoever you might be.
You really don't know who I am, do you?
No, I'm afraid not. Should I? Have we met before? I am terrible with people's faces, you know. Now, if you were a sheep...
I guess it's not you after all. You can't be Deet. If you were, you'd surely remember me.
Did you say Deet? How do you know my real name? Wait, are you... Can it be? Are you Tilda, my sister?
Deet! It is you! I knew it!
Just a second. You two are long-lost siblings? You're actually Dr. Sheep's sister?
Yes, yes! We got split up hundreds of years ago. It happened back when the chaos first poured into the world. I never thought I'd find you out here. I mean, when I first saw you, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was so long ago, after all.
Yes, I could say the same. Why, I'd long given up hope that you were still alive. But I don't understand. Why didn't you come to me right away?
I was afraid. I didn't know what I'd do if you weren't really my brother. No one knew your name, either. Everyone called you Doctor. So, I just waited.
Until you found an excuse to approach him.
Yes, although if I had to be totally honest with myself, the fact is, I was just putting it off for as long as I could.
It's your fault, Doctor. Now how could you forget your own sister's face?
But I didn't. I mean, I did, but I thought she was dead. She looked familiar, but I had no reason to expect my sister to be here. It was inconceivable.
Deet, I looked for you for so long.
And I too, dear sister. I'm sorry. I should have known it was you right away.
It's all right. I'm just so happy that you're alive. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true.
Dearest sister, it's been far too long. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Setback to stop us. The Doctor, Seven, and me are a team.
Thank you for the flower safe, too. If you can make... You did a fantastical job, Lightning! That was fantabulous.
Currently, all the trains are running right on schedule. Here for the train? So the children of Etro have finally been...
Today's a good day.
Don't look her in the eye.
The residents of the...
Time to roll up my sleeves.
But at least those horrifying murders have finally stopped.
Those who live by the sword die by the sword. Keep up if you can. Wish I had my bow. Something happened over at Hey, are you ready to tell me more about your friend? His story's pretty intriguing.
Oh, you're back. I knew you couldn't stay away forever. I wager you're dying to hear the rest of my friend's story. Now, where were we? Oh, right. He'd gotten transferred to a department that handled big stories and was given a huge one himself. It was a bribery case in Yusnan. The woman suspected of the crime held quite a high position in the order.
Corruption at the very top of the church hierarchy, huh? Sounds like a pretty big story, all right.
It was indeed. Quite scandalous, actually. My friend pursued the case with a vengeance and published articles about it every day to keep the public informed of the facts. The woman was subjected to heavy criticism. A little too much, in fact. Turns out my friend was right about one thing. The saying is true. The pen is mightier than the sword. Unable to cope, she killed herself.
That must have been tragic for your friend. But he simply told the truth, that's all.
Well, the real tragedy is what followed. Shortly after her death, a document was uncovered. This document provided invaluable evidence in the case. It exonerated her of her crime. She was innocent.
So the articles written by your friend drove an innocent person to take her own life?
Yes, and he couldn't bear such a burden. I mean, who could? I'll have to tell you the rest of the story at another time. Come back later, and I'll be happy to tell you what happens.
We have the best. I'm so glad I could. She frightens me.
Legendary night.
Miss Mighty Savior! You did it! You made someone's prayers come true!
Trains departing from the North Station are express to use now.
This is where you can purchase your tickets.
To the wildlands or dead dunes should board trains departing.
We need to show the tourists a good time. Yusnon is a place of magic.
Why don't we go work with the volunteers? We're trying to make
I think I'll go to my usual.
I want to eat somewhere famous.
This one!
You have done well, Savior. With this act, you have accomplished every task we set before you. Now you are free. I release you from the spell.
Great. Now that I've got my free will back, why don't you tell me what this has been about? Why send me on all those errands?
As members of the Society, we are privy to centuries of alchemic lore. This knowledge gives us access to the greatest of powers.
It is our duty to protect the common folk from threats such as monsters. The alchemic arts are too subtle a weapon to defeat beasts.
So you got me to kill monsters because they were a threat to the civilians, is that it? It wasn't for your own gain?
No. The alchemic arts are an ancient endeavor, the pursuit of ultimate truth. It is a truly selfless act.
We enlisted your aid to bring peace to the citizens of this city. Now we have released you from the spell. You can continue your sacred mission. Go and serve your almighty God.
So, Light, you let them think their spell worked, right up to the end?
Who knows? Maybe they did cast a spell. I did exactly what they wanted. Every step of the way. Who's to say it wasn't their doing?
But you said yourself that you were just playing along. That you only did it to find out what their ultimate goal was.
I thought I had the choice to stop whenever I wanted, but I didn't, did I? Maybe I could have stopped, or maybe I couldn't.
Either way, it's a reminder of just how easy it is to manipulate others. I mean, when someone tells you not to do something, don't you ever get the urge to do the exact opposite? Who needs spells when all it takes is just a few words?
Ironically, the freer people think they are, the more likely they are to be controlled. It's hard for anyone to really understand how people work. I mean, even if I think I have free will, I can't see into my heart to know for sure. Think about it. If someone else was making every choice for me, is there any way I could really know the truth?
This is not the hour for challengers, I'm afraid. Come back later when the moon is high and the city's...
She uses black magic to make those potions.
Poor souls who gather in Yushan, hear my words.
I love the tension before a big fight.
Chocoboco!
Here, this is for you. Get over that job. This conversation never happened, copy.
The train will leave.
I'm gonna beat ya!
Use the southern station for the wild.
There's never a day anymore you don't run into the chaos cloud.
Someone stole my purse! The Warren was once a delightful part of the city.
This is a fine adventure. Wish I had my bow. No more lies, just the truth. I'll take on your grief.
We must head to the Children of Darkness have fallen.
Light, what are you gonna do with that journal? Are you gonna give it to Ranulph? Do you think you should?
If he reads this, he'll remember everything, even the ugly past that he worked so hard to forget. He's lived happily for centuries.
Sometimes the truth does more harm than good. Do you think he'd be able to handle this? Because if you don't think he can, maybe he's better off not knowing.
I want to tell him the truth, but I don't know if I should. What's the right thing to do?
This is where you can purchase your ticket.
Chocobocolina! The fragments were scattered all. You'll have to search every nook and cranny.
Color me surprised. Thank you. What a fool I've been. How did I wind up all the way out here?
I've looked into that clavish for you. Apparently, it's an artifact that's thought capable of drawing the souls of the dead to it. That's about all we know. It seems the Order has been trying hard to recover the relic. In recent years, they've dispatched several parties of seculars to the desert.
But they haven't had any luck, right? It seems like the Order isn't the only one interested either. The bandits also want it.
Yes, the bandits that called this desert home. They make a living by taking what they can from the ruins and selling their finds.
Are they bandits or grave robbers? I don't know how much this Clavis is worth, but if it...
Yes, it's the only artifact of its type in the world. If the Order is willing to spend so many resources searching for it, it's probably worth finding. This door seems to be locked from the inside. We're not getting in this way, that's for sure. Looks like the search is still on. Perhaps you'll be able to open this door from the inside once you find your way into the ruins.
I'm bound to honor your challenge. Time to mix it up. You can't break me down. Single blow.
Light, the sun is setting over the desert. This desert used to be far greater than what it is now. But the chaos keeps spreading further every day. It is swallowing up the land and everything that lives on it. The amount of land that humans can live on is growing smaller. That's why the people of the desert are said to fear the sunset. And so tomorrow becomes a thing to fear.
To fear tomorrow. And I thought that a new dawn was supposed to be a time of hope.
Light, you've got to draw back. There's no sense in trying to push through this sandstorm. The settlement nearby is probably the bandit gang's base. They should know something about the Clavis, considering how much time they've spent in the ruins. But be careful if you go in there.
You got in my way.
Light, do you see that tall structure? The archaeologists believe that it once served as a lighthouse. It's said that this place was once a vast ocean, but the water's all dried up, and so the lighthouse has lost all meaning.
Has it, though? It could still shine out upon the sea of chaos, or show travelers the way. I think that light is needed more than ever, in this kind of desert.
You may be right about that.
Come and get it. You're nothing but the hunter's prey. I won't lose.
Light can bring people hope, just like you do, Lightning.
is a branch of the famous Tobias's store you know and love. You do know Tobias. He is the preferred merchant of the great bandit gang Monoculus. Out here in the desert, he's in a class of his own. Visit the main door!
There's at least one settlement here in the desert. Hopefully, you'll be able to rest up there. But it seems like it's the bandits' base. They may not exactly welcome a stranger like you.
Well, considering how they've been tracking me, I don't think I'll need to introduce myself.
So, you noticed. Yes, it looks as though they've been keeping an eye on you ever since you stepped foot in their desert.
Let 'em. We'll meet face to face soon enough.
The bandit settlement is just over there. You've had to take quite the long way around, haven't you? If it weren't for that sandstorm, you would have been here in no time.
Isn't this the kind of magnifying glass that appraisers use? It looks like it's pretty worn.
It does look rather old, but it seems like it's been taken good care of.
I can win with a single blow. You disgust me. No more lies, just the truth. Wish I had my bow. You die without regret. We will duel for our very souls. Wish I had my bow. For the new world. You're nothing but the hunter's prey. I can win with a single blow. Shine hope. Fight with everything you have. Die already. Die already. Wish I had my bow. Wish I had my bow. For the new world. The cycle of death ends now. You can't break me down. For the new world. Wish I had my bow. You can't break me. Shine hope on the future. Die already. I won't lose. adventure? Gotta hang in.
Escaped from harm, but in the outside world, a whole hour has passed already. Bandit settlement is just over there. You've had to take quite the long way around, haven't you? If it weren't for that sandstorm, you would have been here in no time. You're nearly to the settlement now. I'm sure that you're looking forward to a bit of rest. But I wouldn't let your guard down if I were you. I would guess that everyone living there is part of the bandit gang.
So don't be surprised if I wake up at knife point, is that it? Fine by me. It'd give me an excuse to beat some information out of them.
You'd use yourself as bait? Just for that? I guess that's just like you. But don't let yourself get hurt, okay? The buildings here are ancient structures from another age.
Where'd you come from? You're not one of those sneaks from the Order, are you?
Well, would it really matter if I were?
No. I'm not gonna tell you a thing either way, so you might as well move on.
Guess I should have known better than to ask some lowly grunt. You're no help to me. Where's the boss?
If you think you're gonna get to meet our boss, you'd better learn to ask nicely.
Did I hurt your feelings? Excuse me, but would you do me the great honor of showing me the way to your boss? Please.
I don't have no help to spare for strangers. Find the boss yourself.
I'd say definitely criminal is closer. At least there's not much of a dress code, other than looking like a thief.
That kid just gives you the creeps. You know what I mean? He first came here to the desert with his folks.
What are you doing?
Nothing much. Just gilling my spots for hall to ear. Dutter do youing, wum-ass.
Hope, can you interpret this for me?
It seems to me like it's some kind of code or cipher, but I don't have enough data yet to break it.
Can't you speak normally?
Show nit. Of course I can. Look, I don't have any info about any treasure, if that's what you're looking for. I've got no interest in it. Buffad to you.
Doesn't seem like many people choose to live out here unless they're after treasure. So, what's your story?
Meave B. Lee. The world's going to end soon anyway, right? If that's the case, what's the point in having dreams or working hard?
So sitting around waiting for the end was the best idea you could come up with. Nice way to spend your last days.
Well, yeah, it's boring, but nothing I do now makes any sort of difference anyway, so why bother? No matter how much I might unravel mysteries of the past, none of these bandits care. They don't even listen to my findings. Troen even nice to understand.
I get that it's hard to stay motivated when no one appreciates what you do.
I'd say so. If you get it, why are you giving me a hard time? Just leave me alone. I'm done with all of it. I ditched all my equipment in the desert. If you find any of my old things, they're yours. Take them away with you.
I think I may just do that. They deserve better than getting tossed aside by some sulking, spoiled kid.
Take them, 10.
Speaking of equipment, didn't you pick up some sort of tool in the desert before? Why don't you show him? See how he reacts.
What is it? Don't tell me you actually found something.
Is this it? What you threw away?
How did you... Dad's loop.
Dad?
Never mind that. Just give it back to me. Now!
You want it back? Who was it that told me I was welcome to whatever I could find? I'm not sure I want to give it up.
Fine. I'll talk if I have to. My dad was a great bandit, okay? But he was also a great appraiser. He spent his whole life studying the relics in these ruins.
So he wanted you to follow in his footsteps?
No, it wasn't like that. Not at all. He taught me everything he knew so that I could become a scholar. He wanted me to be able to unravel the mysteries of the past. But then he disappeared. Never made it home. No one ever found any clue as to what happened. He left me, and took my only chance at becoming a scholar with him. Didn't have much choice. I could appraise or starve.
Is that why you threw away his tools? In order to spite your father?
It was stupid. I was stupid. I should have just done what my dad wanted and kept working to be a real scholar. But he's gone, and it's too late now. This world is nearly done for. But if I'm ever reborn, I promise I'll take things a bit more seriously. I'll give it my all. I'll study hard, and I'll become a great scholar and solve all kinds of mysteries. Or maybe that's too much to ask for.
You should dream big, and the first step to making your dream come true is believing it can come true.
Take a look around. You won't be disappointed. I don't bark. Hey, what's with the sourpuss? You don't have a complaint about my fine assortment now, do you?
It's good enough, I suppose.
Go on! I don't need some uppity tourists making demands. Go somewhere else if you don't like my wares. Go on, get!
If you insist, I will. You're not the only merchant around.
That's where you're wrong, Missy. Far as I know, this is the only shop in the desert. There was one other fella, but he couldn't cut it. Lost all his drive to sell out here. When that happens, well, that's the same as death to a salesman.
So, what made him give up?
Damn fool. He bet his dreams on the desert, that's what. Poor old Ramon. He thought he'd make a real name for himself out here, selling to adventurers. But in the end, he lost sight of his dream and his business.
Sounds good for you, though he doesn't seem like he was much of a rival anyway.
Shut it! You don't know the first thing about him!
Didn't mean to offend you. What's there to get so worked up about anyway?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. It's just like you say. He was nothing at all. It's not like he'd ever been a threat to my business anyway. No, not Ramon. I'm done talking about him. If you want to know more, ask him yourself. You'll find him near that old camp in the giant sandbox.
He was a pretty strange guy, wasn't he? But if he's really the only merchant around like he says, then I guess you'll have to count on him for help.
Unusual to see a traveler around these parts. This is Ruffian, the only settlement in the desert. It used to be a real town once, but most people have gone and given up on the bandit life. Well, all that's left.
I've been surveying the desert all these long years. But I have been completely flummoxed by those cursed tablets.
So you're the new seat, but, Senior, once you've got your hands, we pay good. Looks like you had yourself. Nice job, Al.
Don't matter if so. What do you have? How about it? Feel better?
What's this? A tourist, eh? If you really want to get any of us to talk, you'd better go see Adonis first.
Charges against the Savior.
Lord Snow is the last remaining.
I overslept!
Gordon Gourmet has started cooking his own dishes. Any deaths tonight?
Get out of my way.
This is awesome. I'm glad I came.
Look at today's monster.
The Lucy Snow, the Falsy Pandemonium. They are the intermediaries. You again? It seems you can't get the thrill of the arena out of your system. Am I right? The curtain is about to go up! It's time for the challenger to take the stage!
Are you ready, Bloodsport fans? 'Cause it's slaughterhouse time! We're going to drive the chaos away! The Night of Light, lightning! Show us what you're made of!
I don't plan on losing. You're nothing but the hunter's prey. You can't break me down. Watch out, I bite.
That was a fine performance indeed. I'd welcome a star like you any night.
Good day to you!
Don't sneak up on me. What do you want now?
Aren't you worried about Saz? Don't you feel like you've just got to do anything to help him?
I'm concerned if that's what you mean.
There's my savior! Oh, poor old Saz. He hasn't had anything to smile about in forever. I really want to make him happy again. You know, I stop by his house from time to time to check on him.
I don't believe you for a second. As if someone like you would be worried for him.
Ouch. That hurts, you know. I've been working my butt off for him. Do you know how hard it was for me to find that coffer of souls for Saz? What kind of gratitude?
Tell me the truth. Can that thing really help Dodge? Saz has put all his hope in that box. It would be cruel if that were a lie.
Oh, so now you don't think I'm cruel?
Destroy the Coliseum if you have to. There's so much testosterone here. Delicious
Special deals for the opening of my firework emporium.
Will we be more intelligent when we're reborn?
Here for the train?
I see you did it. You got your hands on the journal.
Here for the train?
You've got your potions, you've got your saps, you've got everything.
Don't forget to buy a ticket.
What do you think you're doing, blundering around here and interrupting my precious sleep? You lost or something?
Just looking for a story. I hear that you once had big dreams of striking it rich.
Whatever dreams I had have been lost under the sands.
Then why stay? Why stick it out in the desert?
I owe it to my wife. She's gone now, but the one thing she valued more than her own life is still out there in that desert. If I could just get it back, I'd be gone from here and never look back.
What could be so important?
Her arithmometer. Back when she was alive, back when we still had our shop, my wife was in charge of keeping the books. I never was good at numbers. But my wife, Monica, she lived by that arithmometer. We're gonna have great sales this month. Next month will be the one for us. Plugging numbers into that silly thing of hers. All with the most joyous smile you've ever seen. That smile of hers. That was my real treasure. And then one day those monsters stole my treasure away from me. Everything ended. My business, my life. I lost Monica and her smile. Now the only wares I have to sell to anyone are regret and despair.
I see. I'm sorry. Do you really think you'll be able to move on if you find your wife's memento, though?
Sure as the desert's dry. If I could just find that arithmometer for her, I'd be done with this place in a heartbeat.
You should consider looking for that arithmometer. Help Ramon move on, and you might be able to save him. But Ramon's been looking all this time and never found it. It seems it won't be easy to get back.
I'm ready. Are you? No more lies, just the truth. I can win with a single blow. For the new world.
blocked by that sandstorm. You should be able to get through once the winds die down a bit.
Those who live by the sword die by the sword. Watch out, I bite. Watch out, I bite. Just the truth. You're nothing. Fight with everything you have. This is a fine adventure. You can't read me. Break me down. Wish I had my bow. You can't break me down. For the new world. You'll be honest.
You got them, didn't you? The soul fragments for Daj?
You're the one who gave Saz the coffer. You started this wild goose chase.
Wild goose chase? Saz was suffering. I felt sorry for him. You should know how he feels, wanting to be reunited with the last bit of family he has. Right, Lightning?
Right. Because I lost Sarah, huh?
Exactly. Though it's not the same thing. I'm afraid that a coffer of souls won't save Sarah. Too bad. You'll just have to figure out how to save her for yourself, huh?
That's what I'm planning to do. I don't need anyone's help. Especially not yours.
Light, you've got all 5 soul fragments you needed to find for Dodge. You should head to Saz's place at once.
I'd like to think this'll help Dodge. But this is Lumina we're talking about.
It may be best not to get your hopes up.
But for Saz, this is his last and only hope. He can't even smile anymore. He's got nothing left in him. If I take this away...
You're nothing but the hunter's prey.
Now. He may not survive. I don't know if I could take that.
Hey, you. Yeah, you there. Don't you think the last of something seems a bit more special? More valuable, even?
Not necessarily. Could just be the leftovers that no one else wanted.
You just don't get it. I guess I have to explain to you the awesomeness of my research, then.
No, you really don't. But thanks anyway.
Wait. This is your last chance. Are you sure you want to miss out on your chance to hear the last researcher?
Last researcher? I've seen plenty of researchers.
No, I research lasts. Everything has to end sometime, right? Even us ageless humans, we still fall prey to illness and injury. Eventually, there will be a last of us, too.
Unless the world ends first. But what do you want from me?
I've spent this endless life of mine researching the ends of all the many things in our world. And now, I'm researching the last of the monsters.
So you're studying how they die?
No. That'd be their last moments. I meant the last specimen of a species of monsters.
I don't follow.
You see, you reduce the number of specimens in a species until they're on the very verge of extinction. Then, what will happen to the last individual?
One lone survivor in the face of extinction.
It turns out the last individual receives the collective strength of its species, and it transforms. Its form is enveloped in a sickly light, and it becomes far stronger than is normal for an individual of its kind. I've come to call this the Last One syndrome. I must gather data on all the species that manifest a last one. I want to drive every last species of monster to the brink of extinction and study their survivors.
I don't know whether to salute you or slap you. You want to wipe out all the monsters in the world.
The world is ending anyway, right? Everything is going to die sooner or later, so what's wrong with speeding things up? No need to feel bad. Get out there and start killing.
Are you talking to me?
I need someone to start exterminating monsters fast, so I can study as many last ones as possible. You're obviously strong enough for the task, so get to it.
It's impossible. All the time in the world would not be enough to hunt a species into extinction.
Yes, you're right. You'd have to be able to live through this life countless times to do such a thing.
Why ask if you know it's impossible?
Like I said, the world is ending anyway. If you don't ask for what you want now, then when will you? I knew it was too much to hope for. But somehow when I saw you, I thought you might actually be capable of it.
Do you even listen to yourself? fine. Since you asked, I guess I can at least try. But no promises.
I know you'll be able to do it. I can see it in your eyes. You'll come back to me a success. The strength of the last ones is beyond imagining.
There ain't no customers.
I'm a splendiferous. Chocoboco, lighten up, brighten up. Wait till you see what I have in store for our world's very special one and only savior.
Are you taking the train?
You need to return to the Ark at 6 every morning, without question. Remember that, Light. Light, you have to be in the Ark at 6 o'clock every morning to regulate the time distortion.
You that rules over all life.
How's life on the surface? So Vanille seems...
What do you want now?
I've come to help you remember what you've lost. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? You woke up from your crystal sleep with God's voice in your ear. He said you had to be the savior. But part of what made you lightning was missing, leaving a big empty hole in your heart.
Yeah, that's how it feels. It's like I've forgotten something important, something that I need.
Huh? Really? I thought you'd deny it. But it's okay. I'll help you remember.
Indestructible crystal. Even in the sea of chaos, it never loses its shine. I will become an eternal epitaph. Your memory will survive for eternity within a crystal tomb. This shall be my legacy and my atonement. But most of all, my final hope.
You wanted to protect her, so you fell into that crystal sleep. You became a tomb for a memory, a moment frozen in time, with Sarah's soul cocooned inside. So tell me, Lightning, where do you think Sarah is now?
Yes. I remember now. She was there, in my heart. I had her memories. They were inside me. I took them into the crystal. She was with me then. We should have been together the whole time.
Right. Now you're catching on. So, the hole in your heart?
Sarah's soul. That's what I'm missing.
And you know who took it out, don't you? Benevelza did when he woke you up to do his bidding. He must have messed with your memories too, and tried to make you forget about it.
And so he had the perfect motivation. Or should I say hostage. He's gonna hold on to her until I've done what he wants.
Oh, I don't know if he thought it out that far. He's not very good with human emotions, that god of yours. Maybe he just threw her soul away and let it be swallowed up by the chaos.
But he promised me. He said as long as I did what I was told, he'd bring Sarah back to me. If he lied, then I don't care if he is a god. I'll destroy him.
Now that's more like the old lightning. But do you really think you can take on a god?
Well, I wouldn't bet against me. I might have found a way to shut him down. A last resort if all else fails.
You've been brewing up contingency plans. Sneaky, Lightning. Very sneaky.
I haven't made up my mind yet. This world is finished. Soon it'll be gone forever. And Benevelza is the only one who can build us a new one. When he's done, then I'll decide.
So you'll play his game for as long as it takes to build the new world. Then you'll sit in judgment on him, you'll betray him and destroy him and steal the new world he labored to build. Is that your plan? I love it. Turning on God and making him a pawn in your own game. It's audacious. Oh, but little Hope is going to be so disappointed. He really does trust you, you know, and you're going to betray him. Oh, you did think about that, didn't you? You turn on God, you turn on Hope. Are you ready for that? Do you have it in you to fight him? Are you really prepared to kill Hope?
You think I'm not?
You answered a question with a question. That's an evasion. Got ya. But it's not a big deal. It looks like Hope and talks like Hope, but it isn't Hope anymore.
Are you saying he's a fake?
Sorry, but the only fake I know is Sarah.
Look, if you're gonna talk nonsense, this conversation is over. I've got better things to do.
Fine, Lightning. Let me make it all clear. Look around you and see the lies. The Sarah you talked to is a lie. Hope in his arc is a lie. How long is it going to take before you wake up? Before you realize that maybe, just maybe, you're a lie too.
Hey, Saz. Get out that coffer you have. I've got all 5 of the soul fragments for Daj.
You serious? I searched the whole damn world or what's left of it and never found a single one of them. You found them for me, Lightning. Thank you for this. You saved my son for me.
That chocobo, it wasn't here before, was it?
Yeah, she'd up and left us in a lurch. Dodge's little Chocolina. Didn't even notice when she snuck back in.
Chocolina?
Never mind that. What about Dodge? The Coffer of Souls is right there, so drop in those soul fragments. Nice and gentle. Lumina said, once they're put in that box, they'll become one again. You do that, and I'll take care of whatever comes next. Open the box, and the soul should go back to Dodge all in one piece, where it belongs. Okay. What the? What's wrong with this thing? Damn box won't open.
Hello, hello?
Why doesn't this thing work? I got Dodge's soul back, didn't I?
His soul is reborn, but his heart's shut away tight. Little Dodge is frightened and doesn't want to come out. It's your scary face.
My face? What am I supposed to do about that? It's the only one I've got. Hell with that. Hey, Dodge. Dodge, can you hear me in there? You're messing with your old man, right? Tell her, son. You're not frightened of me. Come on, Dodge. Wake up, Dodge. Dodge! Son, Dodge. Huh? Now what do you want? Quit it or I'll stick you in a cage. Stop flapping around. Leave me alone, I'm busy. Look, sit there and shut your beak, will you? Ow! God, hey, that hurts! What was that for? Ouch! Hey, that seriously hurts! Blasted fluffball! Huh? What? Cool it, will you? What's gotten into that pea brain of yours? All right.
It's the way you look.
You too? Damn, the whole world's got it in for my face.
Saz, I'm serious. You should see yourself. You're scowling all the time, like you want to scream at someone.
Is that right? Scary face, huh? So that's what you mean. I've been wrapped up in my own anger. I didn't think about what I must look like to Dodge. I used to be different. No matter how tough the going got, could always figure out a way to smile and let Dodge know it was okay. Yeah, it's something a father's gotta learn to do. I've been doing it all wrong, but that ends now. Dodge, remember that game we used to play? Pilots, are you ready? This space race is gonna decide who's the fastest air jockey in all the posts. And blast off! Whoa, Chocobo and Airship are neck and neck. Who's gonna crack first? I'm Saz Catroy bringing you the race of the century, together with Supersonic Dodge. Hey, Dodge, you awake? Come on, Supersonic. You're gonna miss the race. Here, open your eyes. Your dad's here. Whoops. Oh, hey, are you okay? Huh? You're all right. Sorry about that. Guess I got too caught up in the space race. Again. Huh? Whoa. Dodge!
Dad, that's not fair.
Hey. Hey.
You can't play Space Race all on your own. That's our game. I want to play too.
Dodge.
Oh, Dad, you're always so clumsy.
I meant to do that.
Saz was desperate to save his son, but that desperation nearly drove him mad. Dodge saw what was happening and got scared, so he hid his heart away. You could have all the best intentions in the world. Doesn't mean people understand you. Ironic, isn't it? Reminds me of you and Sarah.
Best intentions be damned. I don't care if Sarah knows what I'm trying to do. I'll save her, even if she hates me for it.
Require a room? Come again, anytime.
Be careful.
Oh, things have been good for me, having a skilled seed hunter like you helping me out. I had a handful of great hunters, but they were all killed by some ugly monster that came out of the chaos. That's why I'm out here all by my lonesome, looking for warriors with enough guts to take on the job of a seed hunter.
Time to roll up my sleeves.
I hope I make it through the day.
Let today be a good day.
Today, the City of Light has been... A great number of our... Let us offer prayers.
If this continues, people will become extinct.
Good morning. Time to get started.
Oh, it's you again. Thank you for taking such an interest in my friend's story.
Who wouldn't? A young reporter driven by a passion for truth pursues a major case of corruption, ultimately driving an innocent woman to commit suicide. But the story's not over yet, is it? I'm curious, what happens next?
He was beyond distraught. Nothing could console him. He came to realize that the pen really was mightier than the sword. And he had used his sword to punish the wrong person. And then he... I can't continue like this. I just can't. I need to tell you the truth. He... or rather, I... thought death was the only form of penance.
I suspected you may be hiding something.
I apologize. I've been lying to you this entire time. I had no such friend. The reporter, the one who killed the innocent woman, that was me.
I had a feeling. The way you've been telling the story seems to be hitting a little too close to home.
The reporter in me died long ago. I handed in my letter of resignation immediately, of course. Along with my life as a writer, I buried my precious pen. The burial ground is now a storage area somewhere in Old Town. Underneath the dirt lies the tool of my trade, and a part of myself.
So why tell me this now? What's the point in dredging up the past? It can't be easy for you.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know. I guess I've been wanting to tell someone before it was too late. People need to know what happened. As a warning, if nothing else.
Too late? You're not thinking of...
No. I've been dead for a long time now. The day I quit my job is the day I quit being me. That's the day I quit living. You see, I'm as good as dead. I'm nothing more than an empty shell of a person.
Old Town. I found a pen in that same area. I have something that might belong to you.
Oh, you found my pen. During my days as a reporter, I never went anywhere without it. It was a gift from one of my fans.
Doesn't this pen remind you of a time you wanted to help people? When you were still naive, but fiercely determined?
Yes, long ago, when I wanted justice for the world. But I realized my pen is a deadly weapon. My writing is lethal. I wasn't aware of my own powers. That's what drove an innocent woman to take her life. And that's why I quit my job as a reporter and threw away this pen. Do you know how it feels to have someone's death on your conscience? The only way to make this right was to quit what I love most.
So what did you fix?
Huh?
When you threw away your career and gave up on the world, quit on life, how did any of that help anyone? Did that make anything right? It was just an excuse for you to run and hide from your past.
Then what am I to do? Writing is the only thing I ever knew. But it never occurred to me that my passion could end up hurting those around me. My prized treasure turned out to be a weapon.
The pen can harm people, but it can also protect the public.
You think I should start writing again? I don't know if I could do that. Or should do that.
You should, if you truly want to make things right. You've learned something important, the power and influence your writing has. People grow by learning from their mistakes. It's impossible to forget what happened in the past, but use that knowledge and do what only you can do.
Do you really think I can? All right, I'll do it. Starting over will be tough, but I'll try. You've returned my pen to me, but what's more, you've given me hope again. Thank you. Thank you.
It appears that you aren't one of those secutors from the Order. The secutors are the greatest rivals that this gang has. Not that either side is particularly close to getting the Holy Clavis anytime soon. They'll never get it if they can't get that door unsealed.
Did you see Ramon? The face of a fool who's lost all his dreams is quite the sight, let me tell you. It'll be too late for regret after you're dead.
That kid Elmer seems a lot happy.
The desert's safer. Welcome! Come. Well, that's a shame. Next time, then.
If it's our secrets you're after, you'll have to become one of us first.
This settlement here is the headquarters of the bandit gang called Monoculus. It's seen better days, though.
You're not the typical tourist. What could be worth coming out here for?
Why, hello. Looks like it's your first time to our humble home. Welcome. Do you need a guide?
That's exactly what I need. That and some answers to a few questions I have.
A woman who knows what she wants. Fire away and I'll do my best.
Rumor has it that you bandits might be able to tell me about the Holy Clavis.
So you know who we are. From what I can tell, you don't look like one of those Order lackeys, so what possible use could you have for the Clavis?
Why should I have to tell you that?
You shouldn't, and you don't. You're not one of us, so you can do whatever you want. But I won't be telling you nothing. If you want to know what we know about the Clavis, you'll just have to join our gang, Monoculus. Have you ever wanted to be a bandit? Now's your chance. Not that we let just anyone join us. But we'll at least let you try out. If you don't like that, then I think you know where the exit is. And that's all I've got to say about this. Name's Adonis, by the way. If you want to attempt the trial, just say the word. I'll explain everything you need to know. You ready to see if you've got what it takes to join Monoculus? Oh, made your decision, have you? Then let me explain what you'll have to do. There's a giant sandstorm in the desert. You've seen it, right? It's been causing us nothing but grief out here, to say the least. Make it stop. That's your test. Off you go.
Make it stop? The wind? Do you want a bandit or a holy woman?
Oh, fine. Make me explain it all. Look, that thing's not exactly natural. People call it God's wrath. It's magic or a curse or something. If you can trigger the stone monument near it, you should be able to control it, including making it go away.
If you know that, why haven't you taken care of it, instead of asking a stranger?
What, you think a human can control the weather? That's just crazy talk. Now go and give it your all. Best of luck. Beat the monster near the stone monument, and you'll get the key that activates it. And that's the last freebie you'll get from me.
So if you want into the bandit gang, you'll have to defeat a monster, get a certain key, and somehow use that monument to stop God's wrath.
Hearing what Adonis had to say about it didn't sound like anything a normal person could do.
You're right, it's not a very fair trial. But then again, you are the savior. Doing what regular people can't comes with a job, right? I think that must be it. Adonis's monster. The question is, does it have the key?
Let's hope that it does. But I'll have to beat it to find out. And now I get to be a bandit, too. I will not run nor hide. Shine hope on the future. Fight with everything you have. You're nothing but the hunter's prey. Shine hope on the future. Don't even try. Get down. Wish I had my bow. Time to mix it up. Huh. Is this the key? Is this how you activate that monument?
That's the theory, yeah. It's called a crux and it's supposed to fit right into the monument and switch it on somehow. But not just for anyone. According to all the tales, only those chosen by God can make them work.
It doesn't seem dangerous. I think it's just reacting to your power.
Oh, don't tell me. You can actually make it work? Well, shoot. I never thought you'd be able to do it. So you're the real deal. You actually got the crux to do its thing. Guess the boss was right, as usual. You've got some strange kind of power that the rest of us just don't.
Your boss? I don't remember being introduced.
You haven't, but we've been keeping tabs on you ever since you stepped off the train at the station. But I suppose I should let the boss explain the rest in person. 'Cause, honestly, I don't want to get blamed for spilling the wrong things.
So does that mean I'm in?
I said the boss will explain in person, didn't I? You think just anyone gets in to see her? Welcome to the gang. You are now officially part of Monoculus.
Light, you've stopped the winds and opened up a new route. This will make for a great shortcut to the bandit settlement. It looks like Adonis wasted no time in using your new shortcut. Why don't you follow his lead and head back to meet the bandit boss? The bandit gang was watching you from the very beginning. It seems like they were just waiting for the right time to talk to you. So the leader of the Monoculus gang saw through to your true power. It looks like you might still have some challenges ahead of you, Light.